This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter collar. Whole squad been trained to go.
What up, baby?
Singing this just to welcome bro. Two a time.
How y'all doing? What is up? It is your boy, Stephen D. Welcome to Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I am back, man. Man, let me tell you, it's been a crazy week. And I can't wait to hang out with y'all on Wildin' Out Wednesday. Super excited. One of my favorite shows of the week. I'm going to bring you all on here in a little bit, and we're going to have a great show this week. We're going to have a great show. I am Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Man, yeah. Make sure you guys follow me everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, you know it. Make sure y'all do it. Follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music, except on Twitter, where we are at MIA Sports Music. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. No, seriously, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Can't grow without your help. So hitting the like button, subscribing, they're free. They don't cost anything. If you haven't done those things already, what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? Only 4 likes, 17 viewers. Let's get them up. Let people know. Share the link. Let people know that we're on, that I'm back, that I'm live. And yeah, make sure y'all do that. Hey, man, sign up to become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. I would love to see new members to the channel. And when there's new members to the channel, it's a beautiful thing because we want people to become part of the family. That's right. Sign up today to become part of the family. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. And, we can't do it without your help. So make sure you all do it. The link is in the chat. It's in the description below. Membership. Make sure you all do it. All right. Make sure you all do it. Also, hey, look, help the channel grow by donating. Lots of different ways you can do it. You can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $sign below the bottom of the chat, or you can use Cash App or PayPal. Cash App is $sign MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen, or MSM Podcast Network, or again, use the QR code right on your screen. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show, ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cars, jerseys, balls, and hard-to-find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. Lime, less is more events. Less is more events, less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. Call 202-930-3533 to get a personalized experience with tickets to the game and or event you want to today. Lime takes pride in providing the hottest tickets at great prices with absolutely no service fees. Call today. Tailgreeter. Download the app today on your current Apple or Android device today. Make sure y'all do that. Tailgreeter, absolutely amazing. Download the app today. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. And it gives you the best opportunities to get to the coolest watch parties, the hottest tailgates across the country, and obviously the famous East 32 Dolphins tailgate down in Miami. Okay? Like it a lot. Want to remind you all, we got 3 big tailgates coming up this year. We got Baltimore Beatdown in Baltimore. We got the FedEx Takeover, which is going to be absolutely amazing, and the Philly Finvasion. Tickets are still available. Make sure you go to tailgreeter.com or download the app and type in Philly Finvasion, FedEx Takeover, or Baltimore Beatdown to get your tickets today. Vasasaur, big shout out to Vasasaur. We're going to be doing more stuff with them this year. In the process of setting stuff up with them. I'm excited about it, and Vasasaur is pretty excited about it. All right, man. What's up? What's going on? It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Want to remind you, this is a Dolphin controlled panel show. This is, there's timeouts, there's bans, You or someone on your behalf can pay to bring you back. Once that happens, the original person who banned and or timed out that person can no longer ban or time out at that level. They must move up to the next tier, but someone else can ban or time out at any level. Remember, this is for fun. It supports the channel. Enjoy. Do not take it personally. Going to have a lot of fun today. If you're a non-Miami Dolphins fan, you come up onto the panel. You can get voted off at any time. Don't have to be banned. Because remember, this is a Miami Dolphins show. Okay? We love everybody, but we love Dolphin fans the most. All right. I'm back, baby. What's up? What's going on? I see a lot of you in the chat. I'm going to say hello to you here in a minute, and then I'm going to drop the link. Man, so, people want to know where I've been for the last couple of days. Man, let me tell you, 4 days down in Miami was a lot of fun. We did the watch parties on Wednesday and Thursday night at Vesasor, which we enjoyed very much. We had a great turnout for the Wednesday party for the basketball. We had like over 100 people there. It was great. A great turnout for the basketball watch party. Hockey, we didn't have as many people. It rained. It was a Thursday night. They were down 0-2. It wasn't the greatest watch party, but as far as attendance was concerned, but the people that were there enjoyed the hell out of it, and it was a lot of fun. And Vesasor was very happy with what we put on, and we're going to be doing more stuff with them in the future. So I'm excited about that. It was a lot of fun doing the watch parties there. We got to give a pair of tickets away both times to two great, amazing winners to Game 4 of the NBA and NHL Finals. And it was a lot of fun. And then Friday, Solo and I went to the NBA Finals. Man, that was an experience on its own. It's weird. I'm happy to say I've done that now. But man, it was, obviously the Heat had won Game 3. It was like, okay, well, they've got a chance at, turning the tide of this thing. Man, it wasn't, it was not an exciting game. It wasn't, but the atmosphere and the people there and the celebrities there were unreal. We stayed in the club level. It was a lot of fun, man. It was good times. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Solo and I, it was an experience that I'll never forget. And then Saturday night at the NHL Finals in Sunrise, I'll be honest with you. The hockey game was 10 times more exciting and fun than the basketball game was, than the NBA Finals. The atmosphere and the place that and that building shook at the beginning of the game. Shook. If I never go to an NBA Finals again, so be it. But man, do I want to go back to an NHL Finals game. That was so unreal. The atmosphere there. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed every second of it, and it was good stuff. So I know we lost both games that I went to. I know that people have been getting on me for the last few days because I've been nowhere to be found. Be perfectly honest with you, man. I spent the last 2 days with my family. My kids are going to go to camp here in a couple of weeks, and my wife's leaving to go out of town next week, and I wanted to spend some time with them. So, and just kind of hit the reset button. So that's what I was doing, man. Football season gets a little crazy for me, and it's not a lot of time I get to just hang out. So that's what I did, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I did it. I'm sorry I left you guys hanging in the lurch for a couple of days, but as soon as I got back, I turned my phone off pretty much and just been hanging out with the fam and, hitting the reset button because, man, it was as much fun as I had. It was a lot of work. Putting those watch parties together and 24 to 48 hours notice. And it was a lot. It was a lot, but we had a good time. I enjoyed it. And man, it was fun. As far as the season is concerned for the Panthers and the Heat, 2 8 seeds being able to 2 8 seeds making it to the NBA and NHL finals was unreal. It was, we'll start with the Heat. The finals run that they had was unreal from the standpoint of accomplishing what they accomplished, beating Milwaukee, beating, the other teams that they did to get all the way there. But when they faced Denver, I mean, let's be honest, man, they're just a better team. The Joker is the best player, and it was so much fun and so much interesting. Wow! Shout out to Daniel Taylor, like it, man. $50 donation. He says, I don't care what anyone says. The Miami Heat should be proud. The Trolls will make excuses why the Heat culture went to the finals, but they had to play who was in front of them. Damn straight, man. I like it. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Like it, man. Thank you so much, Daniel Taylor, for the $50 donation. You're not wrong about that, man. You're not wrong about that. Well, here's what I'll say. I think that when you're looking at the scheme of things of what the Heat accomplished this year, nobody thought that they should have been in the NBA Finals, but it was a fun year. And they finally beat Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals, and got up 3-0, went down 0-3, and then won an amazing Game 7 in Boston. I wish they could have done it against Denver, but man, I know why they didn't. And it wasn't because Miami Heat wasn't a good team. They just weren't at the level of Denver. And that's just being real. That's just being real. So that's how I look at the NBA Finals. I think that they're one or two players away from really getting to where they need to be, whether that's somebody like Kyrie Irving or Chris Paul or a combination. I think there are a couple. It depends. I say one or two because you bring in somebody like Chris Paul, you got to bring in somebody else. You bring in somebody like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie might be that difference maker for real. He might be. I think there are a lot of people that they can bring in next year that will make this team get over that hump and be able to. Here's what they need to do. They need to address their team to be able to beat a team like Denver. And if your NBA team isn't addressing the needs of personnel to be able to adapt in a 7-game series against a team like Denver, you're not going to win the NBA championship next year. Just not going to happen. Because I think Denver's that good that they could start a dynasty. Like, look, they've won one, right? I know that throwing the dynasty word around is but man, they were strong, and I have not seen a team dominate like that since Golden State in their prime. And I know that's not too far back, but man, like that's how good Denver looked in this NBA Finals. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens there. As far as the Panthers are concerned, man, let me tell you, a lot of fun. That team was a lot of fun. Do I think that Vegas is that much better than them? Let's be honest, man. If there was another minute in Game 4, when they probably would have scored. They probably would have scored. If they had another minute of that, 6-on-4 instead of only 17 seconds at the end of game 4, they probably would have scored the goal, would have tied it up, and I think they would have won, and they would have tied the series at 2-2. And who cares that they would have lost 6-1 or whatever they lost, last night. I don't think Miami's too far off from winning a championship. The Florida Panthers are. And let me tell you, if you get a chance to go to Sunrise next year and watch a game, so much fun. So much fun. The atmosphere there was crazy. So it was good, man. I enjoyed hanging out and doing it and being a part of that whole atmosphere. I'm going to have DJ Genesis on, the DJ for the for the Florida Panthers. So it'll be good, man. It was a lot of fun. As far as just the other world of sports, I know Dalvin Cook, the whole situation with Dalvin is very interesting. He's saying he wants to hold out for a bigger contract. He might not be wrong for doing that. It sounds like the Dolphins want him for cheap, which is what we all kind of thought. And I guess it goes back to exactly what I said with Dalvin in Minnesota, playing a game of chicken. Dalvin won that. Well, now Dalvin's playing a game of chicken with the rest of the NFL. And the very interesting thing with Dalvin Cook is who's going to bite first. Is Dalvin going to say, screw it, I'll take a 1-year cheap deal and we'll figure out this thing? Or is he going to, just hold out? And look, maybe even taking out a year. I don't know. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with the whole Dalvin Cook situation. My thought, I think Dalvin will end up signing with the Dolphins. I still think that. Until something changes my mind about that, until I get new information, I just think it doesn't benefit him to sign now. Let's see if I can hold out to get more money, and the Dolphins can see what they have going into training camp with the running backs that they got. And if they think, you know what, let's bring in Dalvin, he only makes this team better, why not? So I think it'll be I think it'll be a lot of fun to see what happens there. It'll be very interesting nonetheless. Stephon Diggs, that whole situation is very interesting, requesting a trade out of Buffalo. I told you all when Leslie Frazier left, I said something's going on with that team. It's blowing up from the inside within. Nobody quite wanted to believe me, but now you have your best player requesting a trade out of there. I'm just saying, your star player requesting a trade. I'm just saying, it'll be interesting. I know there's some saying he didn't officially request a trade yet. Look, that I don't think that was pulled out of anybody's hat. I think that was at least talked about. Stephon Diggs is not happy in Buffalo. That much we all can agree with. Whether he officially requested a trade or not, but it's being talked about. And I'm telling y'all right now, if it happens, it'll be very interesting to see. Because I think that there's things are starting to move very interesting. Pieces are starting to move very interesting inside that Buffalo Bills building. And ultimately, I think it started when Leslie Frazier left. And I think it was a sign that told me, look, there's something going on. And players know that. What happens with it, I'm not sure. But I'll be very surprised to see how that plays out. And I'm interested to see what happens there. And then the last thing, DeAndre Hopkins visiting with the New England Patriots today. I am surprised that that's even happening. And the only thing that I can think of is that New England is willing to give DeAndre Hopkins the money that he wants. And no other team's quite willing to give DeAndre the contract that he wants this late into free agency. So, because there's no reason DeAndre should go to there. And now people are saying that there's not a beef between DeAndre Hopkins and Bill O'Brien. I don't know about all that. It'll be interesting nonetheless to see. We'll have to see. But it is Wildin' Out Wednesday. It is y'all's show. So I kind of said my 2 cents worth. I know a lot of you have a lot to say to me as far as, me being the jinx or whatever you want to call it. Whatever the case is, I know y'all want to get on and hang out. It is y'all's show. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. And I'm ready to hang out and talk to you. Let's go. Welcome back, Stephen D. Part-Time Daniels. Hey, man, look, it's the off season. I don't normally do this, but you're right. The last few weeks I've been off, but hey, look, man, family time. When football season comes, I am personally on top of it. So we'll have to see. Papa Paul, good morning, man. What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Stephen. How are you?
Pretty good, buddy. What's going on, man? Welcome to the show.
Not much. Had a good time at SWFL's Beach Bash.
I know. I talked to Allie. Allie and I are really close friends, and I
Yeah.
talked to her over the weekend, and she said it was a great event over there at Southwest Florida Fan Club's, awesome event that they had. I enjoyed seeing it. Man, it was a lot of fun. So I'm mad that I couldn't make it, but I also heard it was a great outcome, a great turnout, and everybody that did come had a great time.
Yeah, I was only there for Saturday afternoon because it was just a long drive for us, and I had 2 dogs, one a service dog, and then a puppy, and the hotel wouldn't take the puppy at all, so we didn't bother getting a room.
Well, look, man, it was. I heard it was a good turnout, and if you guys ever get a chance,
It was a great turnout. A lot of fun, a lot of food, great, great raffle going on.
Yep,
It was just a lot of fun.
I did the first one. I did the first one ever there. A couple of years back, and it was.
Well, it was a lot of just a lot of good times. Just seeing everybody we haven't seen since football ended.
Well, look, it's funny. A lot of fan clubs from different parts of the country do things in the off season. I know the West Coast just recently in the last few weeks did their picnic bash, which was great. And, shout out to Jason Miller, who helps put that together and everything, which is good times.
Yeah.
And, different parts of the country do different things. So I'm glad that Allie's got the Southwest Florida thing locked down. Let me bring in the next guest, man. I got Batman. Good morning, Batman. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's everybody doing? What's going on, Steven? What's going on, Papa Paul?
Nice to see you again, How are you, Batman?
I can't see that sun glare coming off that bald head of yours, man. It's so shiny.
What's hot, up, man? Baby? It's very humid down here in South Florida. Very, very humid. Very, very humid.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you back, Steven.
I'm honestly, man, I'm glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back. I'll tell you what's kind of funny about the whole ordeal, right? Like I left to go down to Miami for a week, and as I left, the fire, the smoke, whatever you want to call it, came down to Maryland really, really bad while I was gone, and then I left Florida to come back up here, and then now it's in Florida a little bit more than what it was. So I keep on missing it. I'm ahead of the game. I'm one step ahead of the smoke. No, nothing. All right, guys. Whatever.
Hey, now, but listen, we want to, everybody's on Dalvin Cook watch. Was able to talk to the family on Monday, and basically he's just very frustrated right now, Steven.
Miami's not giving him what he wants, and no team for that matter is,
100%. And he's trying to distance himself from friends and family right now. He's just trying to take a break and try to decide. But he's, like he said yesterday, he's being patient, but he is very frustrated from what I've been told by his family. He's very frustrated because the rumor has it the Dolphins, lowballed him under $5 million. They offered him, and obviously he's looking for 10, and I think trying to meet somewhere in the middle around 7.5 to 7. And but he's a wait and see, and he's not in a rush. But at the same time, he is frustrated. He wants to be a Dolphin.
I mean, I think, look, it goes back to what I kind of said a little bit ago, Batman. Dalvin did this game of chicken with Minnesota, right? And Dalvin held out, and he won that battle, right? And I think the same thing. I think the Dolphins, let's say if the rumor is true, if it is alleged that they're $4 to $5 million off, there's no reason for the Dolphins to do it right now, and there's no reason for Dalvin to make that decision right now, right? Like, so, at the end of the day, they can both be like, all right, hey, look, let's just see where things are at when training camp comes around. And if Dalvin, come by training camp is still not signed, then there's probably more that meets the eye to the story. But I will just say in general, we know two things. Running backs don't get valued or paid what they're worth. And at the same time, this is that off time of year. Teams have already spent a good portion of their money on free agency. They kind of know how their things are, things are going to be. And there's a few other things the Dolphins need to do over the next several weeks. What are they going to do with Zach Seiler? What are they going to do with Christian Wilkins? What are they going to do with restructuring certain other people within the franchise? Are they going to go out and get, a couple of backup offensive linemen with somebody like Dalton Risner or DJ Fluker? All those things need to be addressed. So I'll say for the Dolphins, the priority of going out and getting Dalvin, not at the top of their list.
100%. The other thing I just wanted to say, because I'm going to jump on, I'm going to come back once I get onto my route. I'll jump on back with you guys. But I just want to say, yesterday, Steven, shout out to D1. D1. He was breaking down this Madden curse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's done a video on it a couple years back, and we're looking into the history of the Madden curse, and obviously with Josh Allen being on the cover of Madden, and it doesn't necessarily mean Josh Allen's going to have bad luck. And again, we're not wishing bad luck on or any injury on anybody, because that's not what, being a human being, you don't want that. But the Madden curse is real. And yesterday we got, the whole Stephon Diggs situation. And this is the beginning of the end for the Buffalo Bills. I think this is the Dolphins' opportunity to, step forward and, bring some of our own guys back and get ready to win the division. I'm excited for this. I'm very excited for this. Can't wait for training camp.
I'll kind of repeat what I just said a little bit ago, Batman. I think the writing was on the wall for Buffalo when Leslie Frazier left, because there's no reason that somebody that's as smart or as good as a coach as Leslie Frazier just up and says, with the team like Buffalo has, hey, look, I'm going to take a year off, right? And so I get how some Buffalo fans are putting it, oh, well, they were going to fire him, but Leslie Frazier's too much of a respected person, and they didn't want to make it look bad that they were firing him. Look, here's how I'm viewing it and what I think about the situation. I think there's something going on in that front office that the team, coaches, and players all know, and it's not a good thing. And that team is imploding from within. My personal opinion about Buffalo right now. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's how I look at it.
100%.
Yeah.
Which is, hey, look, as a Dolphins fan, I'm not mad that Buffalo's imploding from within. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. I mean, we don't wish harm on anybody. We are Dolphins fans, though.
Well, hey, look, the Madden curse doesn't have to be about injury either. It can just be bad luck, right? And right now, Buffalo, it's not good. It's not good in Buffalo right now. It's not.
Listen, you should have seen, and listen, we know Mark is a great guy. He's a Bills fan. Even Mark looked nervous yesterday. The tone of his voice, it was cracking. He feels it. Buffalo, listen, they're going to be last in the division. We're going to keep saying it. Much love. I'll jump on a little bit later on, Stephen D. Give me about 30 minutes.
Good, man. Be good, buddy.
Paul, can't wait to see. Are you coming down for training camp again, Paul?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'll see you out there, Paul. Much love to everybody. Fins up. Everybody have a beautiful day.
You
Sounds
too,
good, man. Daniel Taylor with another $50 donation. Thank you, Daniel Taylor. He said, watch the Miami Dolphins season-ending 34-31 loss against Buffalo in the opening round of the playoffs this morning, and a couple of things stood out. Number one, what would the score have been if Tua Tagovailoa was Miami's starter? Daniel, here's what I say. If Tua had played in that playoff game and he was 100% healthy, let me add that caveat to it. If Tua had played and was 100% healthy, I don't think it would have been a game. I think we would have took care of business against Buffalo. Because I think Miami and the two losses, or in the loss that they had in December against them in that Saturday night game, I think that Tua was very confident in playing that team. And I think that would have come to fruition personally. That's my opinion of it. Now, to be fair, I don't know what the rest of the NFL kind of looks like without him. The rest of the NFL, the rest of the games look like without him. But I know that when he was on and he was 100% healthy, man, he was one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. That's the kind of the way I look at it. Let me bring in a couple of other people. My brother from another mother, Ryan Keeling, Valley Fanatics president, and Mr. Cap for Life. What's up, gentlemen? What's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll start out with Ryan. Ryan, good morning, brother. What's up, man?
Good morning. How's it hanging?
How's it hanging, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a little while, man. How are you?
Well, that's because you've been avoiding me.
I know. I've been avoiding the world. Don't feel bad. I've just been in my own little cocoon for the last few days, and it's been nice to just turn off the world for a little bit. You know,
family always needs some time.
Well, that's what I say. Cap,
Yeah,
what's up,
bro.
buddy?
Family over everything. No doubt.
What's up, Cap? How are you, buddy?
No, man. Talk to us, man. How was your experience, man?
Look, man, it was one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life to be able to go to an NBA Finals and an NHL Finals game in back-to-back nights. I'll never forget the experience. Big shout out to Lime, Less is More Events, Lime Tickets, and Tailgreeter for giving me the opportunity to have that experience. Because without them, I wouldn't have done it. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun. And, I'll be honest with you, the last night that Panthers game, man, the NHL Finals was a vibe. It was a vibe. And I still think to this day that I'm there's no bigger fan than being a Miami Dolphins fan to me. There's no, to me, I can go watch any baseball game in the world and be perfectly happy and content and fine and have fun. But there is no better experience or atmosphere than playoff hockey. And I mean that. And man, it was, that
crowd was amazing, man.
Oh my God. It was the first, like the pregame ceremonies and the atmosphere and the hype. I mean, it was awesome. I was right next to the drum. Brooks Koepka was there. Noob, I saw Brooks Koepka. Got to talk with him for a minute. Take a picture, but I was right there at the DJ booth on the level where the drum is. And I was there, recording video with the DJ. And because Genesis knows solo really well, so I got to just hang out in the DJ booth all the way up until like 5 minutes into the first period. And then he went up top, and then Solo and I went into the club level. But man, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was the coolest experience ever, the NHL Finals. The NBA Finals was it was cool. I'm glad I went. I got that experience, but it was a bad game, to be honest with you. And playoff hockey has nothing on any other playoff, in my opinion. That's how I look at it.
That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, hockey itself is a full-time action game.
I know. It's great. It was amazing. We sat up in the club. By the way, the club level in both. So we did the Patron Lounge. I think it's Patron in the Miami Heat Arena. And that was really, really cool. And then we did the one up in the hockey one. And we did there. And I saw Wayne Gretzky while I was there. I didn't get a picture with him either.
And why are you adding a third syllable into his name?
Wayne Gretzky? That's his name.
Gretzky, not Goretzky. Come on, man. It's not 3 syllables. It's 2.
Wayne Gretzky.
There you go.
I said his name correct.
Hey, they were saying Kachuk was playing with a busted sternum, bro.
Yeah, dude. Tkachuk was awesome, man. Look, again, if they're healthy and maybe add one more player, maybe 2 more players to that roster, and don't lose what they already have, Florida's going to make another run at it next year, and it's going to be fun. But it's going to take a lot of work. But Vegas was good, man. I'm going to give Vegas their just due that they needed. They're really, really good. I saw Dade County in the back, and then he dropped off. I was going to bring Dade County on because I'm sure he had a lot to say to me. But I guess he dropped off. I guess Dade didn't want this smoke. I guess he didn't want the smoke at all. Ryan, what do you feel? What do you think about the whole Dalvin Cook situation, Ryan?
My sources tell me that he's signing with the XFL.
He's signing with the XFL. I'm not mad at you, bro. Him and Johnny Manziel, right? Let's go.
Yep. Antonio Brown is recruiting him.
Oh, to play for the Albany, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever that nonsense.
The
Look, man, it's
football league team is.
Nobody knows a thing except for Dalvin Cook right now. Like same with Stephon Diggs. Nobody knows anything about what's going on except for Stephon Diggs. Everything else is pure speculation and just wishful thinking and guessing and hoping and
wishing and praying and hoping.
Yeah,
Look,
I hate to give that coach speak thing, but let's focus on the folks that are on the roster.
You're right. I'm not mad at that. Look, here's the thing. Like, we're gonna find all this out in the next couple of weeks next few weeks when training camp starts. Right now, I don't think we're gonna see any big things happen over the next.
I don't think we'll find out anything with Dalvin Cook until after training camps open.
I'm starting to feel that way.
Lewis, he's not gonna report to anybody for the start of it.
Good morning, man? Lewis.
Lou. Good morning, fellas. What's going on?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Listen, Steven, I'm outstanding. Shout out to Level 2 Noob and myself. Our team won the NBA Finals. So, very excited very excited about that. And there's only one great hockey team in the state of Florida. We all know who that is. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, the world is good.
Well, you straight line up here this morning, Lewis. Just all sorts of lies this morning, my guy.
I'm just saying, we host both parades over here in Tampa Bay. I don't know what you guys do in sunny South Florida, but on the west side, on the west, we host both parades.
I will tell you, I got some text last night after the Panthers lost, and it was, man, Miami can't win it all. Like University of Miami couldn't win the NCAA tournament. FAU couldn't win the NCAA tournament. Miami Heat couldn't win the NBA Finals. Florida Panthers couldn't win the NHL Finals.
Wasn't the Miami women's team in the Final Four also?
Yep, and they couldn't win it all. Yeah. Just not good for South Florida. And here's the messed up part. We still
got the Marlins.
We got, hey, fingers crossed, Marlins, baby. Marlins and Dolphins are our last hope this year. Marlins and Dolphins. And then enter Miami, Lionel Messi. Maybe it happens. Who's going to get the championship in South Florida this year? As long as the Dolphins, I don't think anybody will care.
What do they call the MLS championship even?
They showed Neymar hanging out with Jimmy Butler.
So Neymar's coming now with Messi to Miami? Is that what you're saying, Kat?
I don't know if the numbers work, but the
numbers do not work. They hardly work for Messi to come here. They had to give Messi 15% of the league, let alone the team.
That's crazy.
And we want you to come
maybe
play
Beckham
in our
will
league.
come
We're
out of
give you
retirement,
15%
right?
of our league. Steven, could you please stop using the word if for all Florida teams? It's becoming an excuse at that point when you lose so much. It's not. Look, here's the deal, okay? We get there. The South Florida teams at least get there. It could be worse. Let me ask you, would you rather lose? Welcome to Domesticated Wednesday, G said with his DWA membership thing. That's pretty good. Would you guys rather finish in last place in the league, or would you rather lose in the championship? You have to pick one of the two. Would you rather finish in last place, or would you rather lose in the championship?
I'd rather lose in the championship.
Still Eastern Conference champs.
Look at Ryan trying to look at the bright side of things. At least we're Eastern Conference champs.
Oh, we'd be the AFC champs.
Look, if the Dolphins make it to a Super Bowl, we better win. We better win. Imperium Gaming says lose in the championship. It was a fun season. Tell me it was not fun to watch.
Well, the playoffs themselves were fun.
Yeah, it was a blast to watch. You know, Jimmy Butler though did not show up in the last two series.
Yeah, he disappeared halfway through that Boston series.
He did. Actually, most of the Boston series he was gone. The first two rounds, he was, oh my God, lights out, and was the X factor. But man, let me tell you, that guy did not show up in the last two rounds. Noob says because he's overrated. Heat were not supposed to be there. God, please, I would be so upset if for a whole year if we lose the Super Bowl. Scar 305 says. Imperium Gaming says, I'm glad it was Denver, not LA, Golden State, etc. NFL's list says sports are good right now in general. They are, man. They are. His ankle was still bothering him. It was. Depends if we don't go back to the championship, then no, I'd rather be in last place and rebuild, Manza Chill says. Dade County, what's up, sir? How are you?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had to come up here and stop this slander. What you're not going to do is sit here and start talking about Jimmy Butler like LeBron showed up. Like, bro, LeBron got swept, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all talking bad about no Jimmy, bro. Especially you, Steven. You came down here and jinxed us. I hope you ain't jinx your family like you jinxed my teams.
Oh,
Let this man cook. Let him cook.
What is going on?
They were
on.
I said what I said
before I showed up to South Florida, just so you know.
Nah.
Steven D is a jinx?
Nah.
They
straight up jinx. So
I'm not a jinx. That's not me. I would never do anything like that.
Hey, well,
the facts say different. The facts say different.
Daniel Taylor with a $20 donation says the Miami Heat and Florida Panthers exceeded expectations with thrilling postseason runs. Why can't the Miami Dolphins do it? Why not, Daniel?
Exactly.
Why not?
Why not?
Because Steven D's a fan. That's why.
They can do it, but I seriously think, fellas, we're missing an opportunity this morning that doesn't come up often. Let me play out this scenario for you, right? If Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle didn't talk to Tua Tagovailoa since the playoff game last year, we would be killing Tua Tagovailoa. We would be killing.
Who is we? Put a name on it. Who is we?
Saying people in the fan
Everybody.
base. Listen. People
Everybody
in the fan
would.
base, right?
Well, you got the first letter right in people.
Okay, I get you, Dave. You want me to say a certain name? We can, again, Pete's of the world would be killing Tua, saying that Tua, the organization is turning on them, the receivers are turning on them. Has anybody caught wind what's going on in Buffalo right now? When the head coach has to come out, Steven, yesterday and say it's very concerning that our number one receiver is not in the building. There's a problem.
You see Diggs' Instagram posts too?
Absolutely. Let's take the opportunity to start killing these Buffalo Bills fans because I never thought the window was open, but that window has officially been closed. The demise of the Buffalo Bills is upon us, gentlemen, and the Dolphins' rise is also upon us. Let's take the opportunity. Let's make Wildin' Out Wednesday not so much against Dolphin fans anymore. Let's turn it on the Bills fans. Where's Mark at to this morning? Where's Michael K? Where's the resident Bill fans?
You're not going to see them anywhere, bro.
And tell us how our team is so much trash and Tua's not the guy. Was Josh Allen not the guy?
The Stephen D curse. That is not a thing, okay?
It's definitely a thing.
Before I showed up to South Florida. Well before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, but you jumped on the bandwagon before you came to South Florida.
I tried to change the subject for you, Steven, but they're still coming after you.
They still coming after me,
John. Yeah, it ain't just me. Everybody know.
They out here trying to get me, bro.
But Steven, what do you think about the Stephon Diggs and Bill situation? What's going on?
I'll repeat a little bit of what I said a little bit ago, Lewis. I think the team right now is imploding from within. There's a lot that you look at that franchise right now, Buffalo, and look what they've done the last few years, right? And how close they've gotten in some of the games that they've lost in the playoffs. And it's just been, I'll be real. To me, it's probably been more unlucky than anything. Have they had the team to win a championship? Probably. They've had a really strong team. Here's what I do know. Okay, looking at the Buffalo Bills and where they're at, you don't lose a coach like Leslie Frazier with a team that you have in Buffalo and still say things are going okay. They're not. And all this does is further confirm to me that they are blowing up from within. And I'll be honest with you, if that's how they are on June 14th, and that's what happened over the last couple of months, how are they going to win anything? How are they going to win anything moving into the following year? Because I just don't see it. And if you lose Stephon Diggs, how are they going to even compete with the Jets and the Dolphins?
What does Diggs want, Steven?
A new quarterback.
What do they want? I don't know. I mean,
I'm telling you, he wants a quarterback that's going to throw him the ball in the fourth quarter when the game actually matters.
You think
that's what he wants?
You think Josh Allen
instead of throwing it to the other team?
Bro, he has a problem with Josh Allen not throwing him the ball in the fourth quarter. That's what he was yelling at him about at the end of that game. I guess it's a thing, a reoccurring thing, because I don't see somebody blowing up on somebody one time after something like that. I think it's a recurring thing.
So if they're saying they're strapped at the cap, they can't afford to get other players. He knows that. I mean, what is it that he wants? Does he want more money? Or does he want help?
Cap, here's what I think. I don't think it has to do with money. If you're asking me what I probably think it is, I think he's nervous about being in the AFC East with the Dolphins and the Jets. And he's like, how the hell are we going to win a Super Bowl when we might not even win our own division?
So you're saying he wants help?
He wants a ring. And he doesn't think he can get it in Buffalo. That's what I think.
Absolutely. He's just concerned with the direction of the team. To Stephen Deitch's point, I think we can all agree that the Jets have gotten better. We know the Miami Dolphins have gotten better. And I just think Stephon Diggs is questioning now, to Stephen's point, if he can really seriously contend to win a Super Bowl. And
So
he doesn't believe it anymore.
So in essence, TD Finch talk was right when he was saying that they allocated all the money to Josh Allen and they were going to get to a point where they can't do anything because they put all the money to that contract.
Well, let's get something straight. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut here or there. Okay, so I'm just messing about TD. Here's. Do I think TD? I'm not sure. I didn't hear verbatim what TD said his view was of the Buffalo Bills situation or the Josh Allen situation. Here's what I think. I know that before Stephon Diggs showed up, Buffalo fans wanted Josh Allen out. They didn't like him. The moment Stephon Diggs opened up that offense, it made him totally different. You and I both know that. And it gave, and to be fair, it gave him a confidence that you give a quarterback any confidence that makes them feel like they can win, they exceed their expectations, right? And look, we have that down in South Florida, maybe with Tua, right? He well exceeded the first 10 weeks expectations, down here in Miami. Now, getting away from Tua and the Dolphins for a second, going back to Buffalo, I think that, looking at the Bills, if Stephon Diggs leaves Buffalo, where does that leave? Where does that leave Josh Allen? Josh Allen has to know, oh, snap, like he's leaving. They can't, and that's what makes me think it would behoove them to get rid of Stephon and try to go get DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, because I don't think anybody's going to restructure.
Well,
there's no way.
Well, no. But the way they were saying it yesterday and things I heard, the cap hit would just be too high to get Stephon Diggs. See, Stephon Diggs is going to be in Buffalo. I think he
can't go nowhere. He's stuck.
Yeah,
he can't go nowhere.
He's going to be there.
He's in contract purgatory.
Yeah, they just restructured his contract. He's stuck. He can't go nowhere.
Right. He's stuck. But what I'm banking on, and this is where, to your point just a couple minutes ago, Stephen, if they're like this June 14th, right? What happens during the season when Buffalo hits a 2-3 game losing streak? What happens then? Because that's when the infighting, that's when the Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs and bro, did you hear what Von Miller said yesterday? Von Miller said he's with Stephon Diggs 100%. He didn't say nothing about Josh Allen. He didn't say nothing about the team. They're taking sides.
Let's play this out. If Stephon and let's bring in Mark from Bills Mafia. Good morning, Mark. How are you, buddy?
Hey guys, I'm only going to be on for a couple of minutes because you're going to kick me off anyway. But there is one place he could go. They could make a deal with the Raiders because they could because the Raiders have Davante Adams has already said he wants out of that whole Las Vegas mess. You could make a straight up Diggs for Davante Adams trade. The money works.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. So,
does Stephon Diggs have a no trade?
Well, you don't know. We don't know what's going on with Stephon Diggs and all the things that are going on. Yeah, are every Buffalo fan concerned? Of course. And are they as good without Stephon Diggs? Hell no. They're not even close to being as good. They're probably third place in the AFC East without him.
How you know Davante Adams want to come play for Buffalo?
Well, that too. But
we know he doesn't want to play with the Raiders.
Right.
He's already come out and said he's unhappy with the direction of the Raiders.
So
if
Mark,
Diggs is unhappy in Buffalo, try to negotiate a swap.
Mark, here's my question about Stephon and Davante for that matter. Do either one of them have no trade clauses?
No, actually they don't. See, one of the things that got Adams all pissed off with Vegas is that he went there because of Derek Carr, because he played with him in college. And then the Raiders dumped Derek Carr at the end of the season. So now you've got an issue.
Well,
maybe you just move. Maybe you just swap disgruntled receivers. Who knows?
I vote to get Mark off the panel. I want to invoke my right to vote Mark off the panel. I'm not dealing with this nonsense.
All right, so there's one. Dade County.
Aye.
Cap for Life.
Hasta la pasta.
Brian Keeling.
Yeah, bye, losers.
See, that's exactly why nobody like him, bro. That's exactly why right there.
Bro, I'm not going to do these what if scenarios. No.
Here's the problem with his scenario about the wide receiver for wide receiver. Number one, you already have disgruntled receivers, right? Davante Adams wants to leave the crap show that is Vegas right now, and vice versa. Stephon wants to leave the crap show that is Buffalo. You think that both those guys getting traded to one another, you know what both those guys would do if they got traded for each other? They would sit out the following year, both of them. And so that's just as bad as releasing them because it's dead cap money. That helps neither team in no way, shape, or form. And Stephon is not going to play with that with Vegas, and Davante's probably not going to want to play with Buffalo. I just don't see that happening. To me, there's no way that scenario ever plays out. What I think is more likely of a scenario, DeAndre Hopkins is still out there. If you can find a way to trade either Davante Adams or Stephon Diggs, depending on which team you're on, getting that team to, and maybe you trade a high round draft pick along with them and get that team to eat the money of that person's contract, you can get rid of them. You're essentially paying for a draft pick, right? And I think ultimately that's what teams should be doing. If I look at it, if I'm Jacksonville, and I understand they spent all that money on Christian Kirk and they spent all this money on wide receivers, but if I'm Jacksonville, why am I not calling DeAndre Hopkins? Why am I at least not picking up the phone to talk about Davante Adams or Stephon Diggs? Could you imagine Trevor Lawrence with Stephon Diggs or Davante Adams? Oh my God. It would automatically make Jacksonville a Super Bowl contender. It would put them up there because their team's already nice.
Relax.
Their team's already nice.
Yeah, no, you're going too far. No, not at all.
How am I going too far?
Because first of all, everybody keeps trying to make it seem like Trevor Lawrence is a great quarterback, bro. This man started his playoff game. with 4 picks. Everybody wants to ignore that.
The game that he won? You're talking about the game that
Yeah, he threw 4. He threw 4 picks. Yeah, he threw 4 picks to start that game.
Won.
I'm not giving you credit for what you put us in a hole in the first place. I'm not giving you credit for taking us out of
the game, cuz.
Don't care. You threw 4 picks. You wouldn't have been in that hole if it wasn't for him anyway.
You can't talk about a man who actually came back and won that game. No, sir. Sorry, can't do it.
Watch me. I'm doing it.
Well, you can go ahead and do it all you want. I think it's a bad take. I think it's a bad.
Call it what you want.
I think it's a real bad.
You just said they're Super Bowl contenders. I don't care if they add both of them; they're not Super Bowl contenders.
I'm gonna tell you. All right, so let's play this out. Let me ask you: would you take Trevor Lawrence over Tua?
No.
Lies. Straight lies.
All right. Okay.
Take Trevor Lawrence over Tua.
So what you're saying is you're on the roast train. You about to run over there to Jacksonville and be a Jacksonville fan too?
No, you're not ever going to see me do that.
Oh.
But I also can respect when a team is on the up and up. And right now, Jacksonville, I'm buying stock into them. If they were a stock,
and you believe Trevor Lawrence is better than Tua?
Jacksonville right now. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. You believe Trevor Lawrence is better than Tua? Okay, we see the scenario differently.
What do you guys think, Lewis, Cap, Ryan, Paul?
Well, I think the jury's still out on both quarterbacks. I'm not going to say which one is better than the other. I will agree with you though, Stephen, about if either Davante Adams or let's say Stephon Diggs went to Jacksonville, because even without either one of those players, right? I do believe Jacksonville is going to win that division. That means they will be hosting a playoff game. So, I could see Stephon Diggs going over there they could be Super Bowl contender. I do agree with that. Absolutely.
100%.
I don't like it.
I agree with you, Lewis. I agree with you. The jury's still out on that, but I agree with everything you're saying, Matt Lewis.
Look, let's get something straight. Here's what's going to happen. People are going to go on and say, Steven put down Tua because he would take Trevor over Tua. No, that's
what I heard.
I like both quarterbacks. But if I had to buy stock in only one of them, I would probably buy it in Trevor over Tua for multiple reasons. But I like what Doug Peterson is building there in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence. Not that I don't like what Mike McDaniel's not building here down in Miami. I love what Mike McDaniel's down here building in Miami. I'm proud of what he's building down here in Miami. But the original point of the conversation is, where could these guys go? And Lewis's take is, well, these guys are in contract purgatory. Nobody's going to want to take them. The reality of the situation is teams want to win Super Bowls. And when you think you're 1 or 2 players away, you consider going in contract purgatory, dealing with a player in contract purgatory. So it behooves a team like Jacksonville. It behooves a team like, let's say, I'm trying to think of another team that's like on the cusp of being there. I feel like Jacksonville's the only one that really fits the mold, besides us. But we already, like, there's no, like, it would not benefit us to go get Stephon Diggs or DeAndre or Davante Adams.
Well, think about it. But Calvin Ridley's going back. He's coming back this year to Jacksonville. Remember?
Yeah, but there's a question mark with Calvin Ridley, right? Like, he's taken a year off, right, for being suspended, but he hasn't played in like a year and a half. There's still that. And by the way, it's not like he was great in Atlanta. He wasn't great in Atlanta. So there's a question mark there. What you're hoping with a guy like Calvin Ridley is there an upside to him? Is there somewhere where, that can work out great? Baltimore Ravens, New Breed says. Kurt, Baltimore Ravens are a good team, right? And they already got Odell Beckham. By the way, they put a lot of money into him. They got to make the money work. And I don't know how Baltimore would make the money work of going out and getting a guy like Davante Adams or Stephon Diggs. But
now Baltimore, I would agree.
But I do think like Baltimore would be a great fit for either one of those guys to pay with Lamar Jackson. And you put either one of those guys on that team by the way, it makes more sense for DeAndre Hopkins to go to Baltimore over any team personally.
But
because
why? I think D Hop is already old and overrated. I'm telling you, you guys are thinking of D Hop
so look at
26, 27,
I get
Houston,
it, I get it,
Texans, D Hop.
but D Hop, you don't have to trade for him. All it is a money situation. And if Baltimore's already going to be giving up, assets, just let them at the end of the day give up money. They don't have to trade for him. They don't have to trade for him. What up, CB83?
Well, and I get it. I get it about D Hop, but I'm telling you, no matter where D Hop goes, that doesn't make if Devontae Adams goes to
my
Jacksonville
personal opinion is the only reason he's going to New England is because of the money. There's no reason DeAndre Hopkins should be visiting with the New England Patriots today.
No, but all I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, if Devontae Adams or Stephon Diggs goes to a team, yeah, I could see legitimate Super Bowl contender. If wherever D Hop goes, D Hop ain't making no difference on that football team. The man hasn't proved anything. Y'all keep thinking again that this is the Houston Texans 25,
let me be real with you, Lewis. I'm about to be real with you. If DeAndre Hopkins were to end up in Jacksonville, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, I'm trying to think of a couple of other teams. I'm not going to throw Kansas City in there because they can still win without him. But there's probably 3 or 4 other teams on top of the 4 that I just named that DeAndre could go to, and snap, that it just makes their team better because he's not the go-to guy. Imagine if Stephon stays in Buffalo and they get DeAndre Hopkins. That would be a scary offense. Tell me it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't. I'm not scared of DeAndre Hopkins.
For whose team? For us?
On that, man.
No.
For whose team? For us? Like, you would be worried about that, Steven, going into that game?
We have already had a difficult time covering DeAndre Hopkins, or Stephon Diggs when it's just Stephon. Whether it's the second man there, Dawson Knox, or Gabriel, who's the other guy that was there?
Davis.
Gabe
I
Davis.
can't believe you disrespecting our DBs and Vic Fangio like that.
Bro, I would embrace it. I would love to beat the best of the best, bro.
I mean, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Cap. I don't care if they get them. I would not be threatened by that.
Cap, I'm putting you on mute just because I'm getting feedback. Go ahead, CB83. What's up, buddy?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. What's up, man?
Unfortunately.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing this morning, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I'm getting killed for my takes, but that's okay.
Hey, CB, you heard your boy Steven say you take Trevor over Tua?
Trevor over Tua is blasphemy to me. I just
how?
don't.
See?
And you know why I don't understand it? Because if you really watch the film, you'll understand that Tua's a better pocket passer, a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence. Now, I know Trevor Lawrence in his system, the way he played last year, late in the system down the stretch. Yeah, I mean, he played.
Who won that division? ETN or Travis? CB.
You said, first of all, the team won it, but did they win it because they're a good team, or did they win it because they're in a bad division?
But did Sunshine help?
So, all right. So hold on, CB. Let me debate with you here for a second, my guy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Doug Peterson's first year in Jacksonville was last year, and you hit the nail on the head. It wasn't until the second half of the season that Trevor Lawrence found his stride in that offense. It was his first year in that offense, and he showed out.
Did he really show out?
It took him a while to adapt.
They won the division.
All right, so winning the division
and the worst division in football, though. Yeah, to be fair.
Right. So
but that should have been Tennessee's. You know that.
It was the worst division.
Let's not do that. Let's not do the win. Oh, we won the division, so he's a great quarterback. Now let's not do that. How about
I'm not saying great, but he has a notch over our quarterback.
By the way, why I'm not sitting here putting down Tua. I am just merely saying my comment was nothing of if the rules were, Steven, you have $100 to buy stock in one quarterback, and it's coming down to Trevor Lawrence and Tua, what quarterback would you buy stock into? To me, the upside at the moment, especially with health of Tua, because I haven't seen it yet from Tua with health.
All right, so no, let's not do that.
It would be Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, let's not do that. Let's not do the health thing, right? So if it really came down to quarterback play and being a quarterback in the NFL, and you take Trevor Lawrence over Tua Tagovailoa, I think you're a bit crazy if you do that, because at no point has Trevor Lawrence been considered in MVP conversations and being top 5 in stats and in last year at any point. So it's just hard for me.
And still won the division.
So all right. So here.
Winning.
Let's reserve the debate to see how Trevor does in year 2 in Doug Peterson's offense.
Let's get the team. Let's get the winning out of the way, because winning is a team stat. Let's not do that. There's
I never said wins never came into my argument.
So this is Cap's argument. I'm trying to take that out of the equation because that's his argument. Oh, they're winning games. Your defense.
Forget that Cap statement. I love Cap. Forget that statement. Forget that statement.
If our defense was
the worst
better,
division in
we would have
football.
won games. If our defense was better, we would have won games last year.
I agree with that.
So let's not put that in there.
I'm merely looking at Trevor compared to Tua as a whole.
Quarterback for quarterback, he's not better, man.
Hold on.
Let's not do that.
Let's not say if our defense was better. I'm gonna go to a game, and again, this is one, but we can debate.
You going to one game? You're going to San Francisco.
I'm not going to San Francisco. I'm not even going to go to those games. I'm going to go to a game where me and Stephen D were in the building watching it together.
Yep.
The Minnesota Vikings. Where that defense forced 11 3-and-outs, not first down.
Guess who the quarterback was?
It wasn't Tua.
It wasn't Tua. It wasn't our starting quarterback.
Hold on, but this is my argument.
That ended shit right
hold
there.
On.
It's
no.
It's ended. It's done. Backup quarterbacks don't win games in the NFL.
Lewis, I'll say this. Bud.
Hold on, Steve.
I'll let you finish. Let me just say this caveat. Our conversation is about Tua Tagovailoa and Trevor Lawrence. The Minnesota Vikings game is irrelevant because it didn't have to.
2 years ago, Trevor Lawrence beat us in London.
No. But what I'm saying is, when we're arguing about the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I've heard you bring this up, Stephen, you like what you're building in Doug Peterson. That has nothing to do with Trevor Lawrence.
Love Doug Peterson.
And I as well. But that has nothing to do with Trevor Lawrence. All I'm saying is, I don't care who the quarterback is. See, this is why this fan base gets so divided. If you're telling me that you have an offensive guy, which we all believe in, Coach Mike McDaniel, correct? And if you're telling me that at the end of the season, whether Tua wasn't on the field or not, they finished the top 6 offense in the league, I expect you to win a game when your defense forces 11 straight 3-and-outs. I don't care who the quarterback is.
But Lewis,
and Stephen, let me address this real quick.
Lewis, so to be fair, that's a totally different argument and discussion.
It is a totally
different argument. One mic, fellas. One mic.
But when it comes down to it,
didn't CB say if there was a better defense, we would have won games last year? I just illustrated a game where and we didn't win. It has nothing to do with the quarterback.
Look, and it came down to one play. The fumble
that Jalen Waddle happened.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Like Lewis,
one fumble.
Lewis, it did.
Come on, bro. Stop. You watch football.
Games. Hold on. Let me pause you for a second. Let me say this statement.
Bro, you watch football, bro.
NFL games.
You know that was the play.
All right, hold on.
Let's Stephen finish.
NFL games. Look, there's 4 quarters for a reason, right, gentlemen? We talk about the Trevor Lawrence. He threw 4 interceptions, right? You want to bring that up as an option, but you had to play 4 quarters, and if it wasn't for 4 quarters, we never would have saw the amazing comeback that Trevor had in that playoff game, right? So, with all that being said, I still think games come down to 1 or 2 plays, especially when they're close. And you can point to 1 or 2 plays in a game, and sometimes even more than 1 or 2 plays. And you can say, if that doesn't go exactly the way that goes, there's absolutely no way this team wins that game or loses that game.
Who was that team that beat Stephen?
In that Minnesota game, you look at that and you say, man, if Jalen doesn't fumble that ball, the odds of them going down the field and scoring there are really good because they're probably going to score in that situation, which turns that game around.
You don't know that. That's where y'all putting it like, oh, he fumbled the ball and he's going to score. No, you don't know that.
Lewis, admit this to me. Yes or no? Do most games in the NFL that are close come down to 1 or 2 plays?
I would say yes.
Okay. And everybody's answer should be yes. They come down to 1 or 2 plays in close games. And that's what happened in that Minnesota game.
But the fact of the matter is, the scenario y'all painting out, oh, if Jalen Waddle doesn't fumble, we win the game. No. That's a play that y'all are just – if you score more points off 11 straight 3-and-outs, you win the game. Don't tell me about one play where Jalen Waddle fumbled the ball at the 15-yard line. What does it – how do we know that, okay, he catches the ball, it's 1st and 10 from the 15? How do we know he's scoring that? I hate when we say – I hate when we come
how much did we lose? How much did we lose by in that game?
24-16.
Was it 24-16? So 8 points.
Yeah, it's still not guaranteed because you could have got stopped and had to kick field goal.
But so
bro, stop saying that. Oh, Jalen Waddle costed this. Like, I hate when people say that. It's like we're guaranteeing that if he didn't fumble the ball, we were scoring a touchdown there.
Nobody's
guaranteed.
By the way, my words were not guaranteed. I said odds are the odds are more in our favor that we win in that game. I never said it was a guarantee.
Bro, like, come on. Hey, he know it came down to the play. That was a big play in the game.
It was a huge momentum swing in that game.
He hits Waddle. Waddle's in stride. He drops the ball. It's a fumble. It's a huge play.
The defense
Do they not go down the field and score there a touchdown?
They did. They scored a big
touchdown. Lewis, if you think about it, that's at minimum a 12-point swing.
Easily. You know that.
Ain't that when Dalvin took it to the house?
Yes, that's when Dalvin took it to the house. The problem is, and again, that's fine. I'm not saying it wasn't a bad play.
Lewis, have a seat.
Damn, they said Lewis down.
Man, timeout, Lewis. Turnovers loses games.
Hey, Steven.
Damn, who kicked him out? Damn.
Taylor.
Hey, Steven.
Daniel Taylor.
Blood this morning.
Daniel Taylor on one, man.
Yeah, man, he definitely is. By the way, there was a $5 donation from Daniel Taylor. He said the Stephon Diggs situation, the Madden curse starting already. With LOL. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong.
But that was Lewis's take, and you just kicked him off, Daniel. I'm like, that's crazy, bro.
Look.
Hey, Steven.
Bunch of cannibals, bro.
Hey, Steven.
What's up, Sosa?
I came on here to say the reason your boy Trevor looked so good in the playoff game is because
he's not my boy. Why all of a sudden now is he my boy? No.
Hey, it's because your
statement.
It's because everybody's other boy, Justin Herbert, got exposed, and he couldn't even get them to a field goal range to close that game out.
You're right. 100% you're right.
The golden
he's not
boy.
My boy. Let's just get something straight. I'm not saying I am very happy with Tua as my quarterback. I love the guy.
No, you're
not.
Can't
tell.
I love him.
I can't tell.
Oh, give me Trevor.
Hey, you having love for Trevor Lawrence is kind of blasphemy to me because the dude really hasn't done much in the NFL.
Could you imagine? Just imagine Tua starts his first playoff game with 4 picks. I don't care if he comes back and wins that game. Y'all will kill him.
All I'm saying, man, to me, it seems that Trevor Lawrence is kryptonite in college and in the pros.
I can't believe
how
99% of my
Trevor Lawrence never won nothing in college.
I love
he beat Tua, bro.
The moment I say anything remotely close to negative about Tua, now all of a sudden, Bill the
I know. I'm not even trying to be on the negative tip, bro. I'm just telling you it's a fact, and you guys are ready to rip my head off.
Well, Cap, you keep talking about how he beat Tua in the Jaguars game. Well, Tua actually got us. God damn, Cap. Tua got us the lead, and our defense gave up a stupid play at the end by Brian Flores because he didn't call timeout. Because he called timeout and gave them time, Urban Meyer time to drop a quick play. They got an extra 15 yards, kick the field goal, and beat us. That's not on Tua. That's on the defense that game.
I'm just saying, man. It's a fact. It's a fact.
He gave us the lead, Cap. So you can't put that on Tua. So that technically he beat Trevor Lawrence. He outplayed Trevor.
I'm not putting anything on nobody. DC, all I'm just stating is a fact, and you guys are ready to rip my head off.
All right, so
it's not
all right, bro.
Color
only had
said
a
Cap
couple
is not
minutes,
credible.
but I just wanted to
I
come
mean,
on real
Color
quick.
proved
Just
that
tell
yesterday.
Go ahead.
Can you
Hey,
hear me?
Color's my dude, bro. You guys
Hey
stop
guys,
it.
one at a time. Dade County, one at a time. See, go ahead, TB.
Hey, Dade is very rude and disrespectful.
I
Why
know
is that?
Dade, the main one, talking about one at a time, and then he over here talking over you, CBA. How dare
Oh,
you
so what y'all want me to do?
like that?
So what y'all want me to do? Y'all want me to go?
Bully.
He's very
Y'all want
rude
me to
and
go?
disrespectful.
I
bro.
didn't say
What are you
that.
doing
I
with
didn't
that?
say that. Those
I
words
hear
never
too.
left my mouth.
I hear too much.
Don't
See,
get in your
boy.
feelings, Dade. Don't do that.
Hey,
Yeah, I ain't in my feelings.
I only had a couple minutes, man, but I just wanted to come up and say the Trevor Lawrence versus Tua thing is blasphemy. Football is a team game. I understand the Jaguars had a nice little run on the back half of the season last year due to their defense, their offense, everything, along with teams in their division being bad and dropping the ball, right? That wasn't the case in our division. I think Tua played well when he played. I think he played way better than Trevor played when he was in the game. I think the health thing is real. Like, he's got to be consistent. He's got to be healthy. He's got to be available. The best ability is availability. But if he comes out here and plays this year, the way he played last year, and he stays healthy, there's no doubt he's a much better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence, and probably top 5 in the NFL if he stays healthy. And we may be looking at an MVP season from him. So
I mean, CB, I agree with you, but there's a caveat to what you're saying.
It's
And a
health.
fair one.
You're using the if when you talk about health. You
Yeah.
automatically
It
loses the
is.
argument when it comes to
Right.
upside.
I don't think you
So
lose.
stop
I don't
it.
think you lose the upside, crypto. I just think that
crazy.
I think the
And
caveat.
let's not get revisionist history about that
One
Jaguars
mic.
game.
One mic.
We had a 10-point lead in that game. We had no business losing. We like to kill Justin Herbert about blowing a 28-point lead. We blew a 10-point lead against a team that lost 23 straight games. So it's no excuse.
Are we talking about that the London game when we played
Yes,
Jacksonville?
we still had a 10-point
Man,
lead in that
Crypto,
game.
that's a great
And he
point,
threw
Crypto.
2
Thank you
interceptions
so
that
much,
changed the
Crypto.
momentum
Thank
in
you
that
so
game
much,
that
Crypto.
caused them to come back.
Can I say something about the London game?
Y'all get revisionist history. The further away we get away from games, y'all like to get revisionist.
Hey, so here we go.
Hold on.
Revisionist
Let me
history.
say
Here we
this,
go.
crypto.
No, hold on.
Crypto is legend, bro.
I think it's
They forget the fact that we had a double-digit lead in that game and we blew it. And we like to kill Herbert for blowing a 28-point lead against that same team. At least the Jaguars team against Herbert was better, and that was a playoff game. This was a regular season game against a team that lost 23 straight games.
Hey, Crypto, they also have that. They also have that no call too.
We were down in Baltimore.
It was the fact of the matter. It was a tie game at the end of the game.
Crypto, let CB go. Let CB go.
The fact of the matter is, they didn't call that fumble.
It wasn't no bad call. They don't try to blame the officials.
All right,
I don't hear you calling nobody else's name.
Go ahead, CB.
So we were down 20+ points in Baltimore. Tua comes back and throws 6 tutties to win us the game. Crypto's in the
We ain't talking about no Baltimore game. We talking about head-to-head against Trevor Lawrence. That was the topic.
Witnessing it in person, he dropped 6 touchdowns.
We not talking about that game. So what? I don't care about out-of-body experiences. Anybody's entitled to have an out-of-body experience. So what? Whoop-de-doo.
Trevor hasn't had those.
Whoop-de-doo. Anybody's entitled to have an out-of-body experience. It happens to everybody it happens to everybody on planet Earth at least once or twice.
Trevor hasn't had one. So when is Trevor gonna have his?
Okay, it happens spontaneously. That's the definition of it.
All right, so hold on. Let me say my 2 cents worth.
Are you arguing based on who have a better out-of-body experience?
All right, hold on. Let me say my 2 cents worth. The problem with bringing up the Jaguars game in London is the game happened 2 years ago. It wasn't even this regime. It's a totally different regime, totally different style offense.
Same quarterback.
The same quarterbacks were involved.
It's irrelevant. I think it's such a BS argument.
One team was woefully bad, losing
You're talking
23
about
straight
Trevor Lawrence.
games.
That's the topic.
Coming back from a double-digit deficit against a team
Now
that
it's
was supposed to be going to the playoffs that year.
The main conversation was Trevor Lawrence. Now it's irrelevant.
No. Let's get something straight, Cap. Let's not change the subject here. The conversation was why. The original conversation was about wide receivers and why a guy like Stephon Diggs or Devontae Adams would fit very nicely in a Jacksonville team. When I said the statement, hey, look, if I had to buy stock in somebody, I said I think I would buy stock into Trevor over Tua. I then proceeded to get ripped for that. I wasn't putting down Tua. I was merely stating, hey, look, I think upside is a little bit better because of health. And they both have major upside. It's just who can stay healthy. And right now, track record shows Trevor's going to stay a lot healthier than Tua is at the moment. So,
and that was my main point. I was coming to your defense, and you were quick to abandon me.
No, hold on. I'm gonna put you on mute because you got bad background, Cap. That was my point. And so when it wasn't you, Cap, it was somebody else who brought up the London game. But the original topic of the London game was about Tua. And I don't think it's fair to compare Tua in that London game or even Jacksonville in that London game for that matter.
That was me. And that was because I said Trevor Lawrence beat the Dolphins, not Tua.
I understand that. But there's so many different things between those teams 2 years ago and where the teams are at now. Because there's Doug Peterson in Jacksonville. There's Mike McDaniel in Miami. There's Calvin Ridley now in Jacksonville. There's Tyreek Hill in Miami.
It's to your point. I'm agreeing with you.
Many different factors into there. So I think that the conversation of the London game is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. That's all I'm saying.
Now it doesn't matter because the win-loss thing, win versus losses. If it was the other way around,
wins and losses to see
I guess so.
is a team thing.
Oh, now it's a team when the balance of shifts in the other direction.
I feel like you guys make arguments and points to fit your narrative.
Crypto, football has always been a team game. So what are you talking about?
But they always say, what's Tua's record, win-loss record, when it was always in his favor versus
somebody else. Why are you bringing up other people? No one up here has said that, Crypto. So why are you bringing that argument?
People say that all the time on YouTube and Spaces.
Again, I'll repeat it again, Crypto. Repeat it again, because clearly you didn't hear what I said.
You don't have to repeat it. I know that's what you said.
That was not
but
said
that's what
here.
people always
Why are you bringing that argument here?
But
you got to bring that argument to the people that said that.
People is always insinuating that when it's in their favor, they'll use it in that way.
All these Jaguar fans, incredible, man. Incredible.
I know.
You see it's a team game. I just wish they would be consistent and say that it's a team game. They never say it's a team game as a preference to their argument before they start making statements.
Well, Crypto, to use your words, just like you say we got to bring that to the GM, you need to bring that to the people that actually said that, not us.
I'm just making a statement.
Can I ask you guys
one person doesn't make a team.
Can I ask you guys a question? Let me ask you guys a question. By the way, Lewis, you're back. Welcome back, Lewis. If when having a discussion about quarterbacks, and we obviously have a lot of those discussions on panel shows, especially when it comes to Tua.
MCJB, what's happening?
Why is it that when somebody brings up, for example, Trevor Lawrence or Justin Herbert or anybody, we automatically, if we say one positive thing about them,
they get sensitive, bro.
We're putting down.
You put them over Tua. That's what you did, Steven.
But there's nothing wrong with.
He said based on his health back, man. You can't argue that. The upside that he was making.
When has he led in any statistical stat in the NFL like
Batman. Listen to me. The statement that I made, Stephen D. Daniels, said, if I had to buy stock in a quarterback and I had $100 and it was told to me you can only buy stock in either Tua or Trevor, who you buying stock in? Based on health, I'm going with Trevor.
Hey, Steven, but you can't do that.
You're saying otherwise.
You're always saying if he's healthy.
And I understand the analogy you use, Steven, because the same way if you buy stock in cattle, if it's a cattle that's constantly getting sick and dying versus cattle that's going to produce beef and is going to stay healthy, you're going to buy the cattle that's producing more beef.
I think that's
staying healthy. That's a good way to put it.
I think that's a very accurate analogy, Crypto.
Yes.
Hey, Steven.
I'm not putting down Tua. I love Tua.
Hey, Steven, the problem is you're always using.
Where's the beef, bro?
Tua is healthy. If Tua is healthy, but then now you're taking it in consideration his injuries.
I've always done that. When have I ever done anything differently?
You're always saying Tua healthy. I'd rather take Tua over so and so. Tua's healthy, but now you're taking his injuries into consideration.
So then let's put this caveat on it. Steven, if health aside, who's the better quarterback? Tua.
No, that's not the question.
Sounds the better quarterback.
Tua was an MVP candidate. This guy didn't even sniff Tua's jockstrap.
But that's not what
Bro, he beat Tua head to head and in college.
We're talking about the quarterback.
Stock in a person.
We're talking about the
on
quarterback.
upside.
The one person.
You got to factor
One
in
person.
health and everything.
Not wins and losses. I'm talking about one-on-one, mano-a-mano, quarterback for quarterback. Tua is a better quarterback than Lawrence. Period.
Yep.
Point back.
Yes,
He lost to Trevor Lawrence in college and in the pros.
You guys have a bad comprehension. Reading is fundamental, just like comprehension is fundamental. You guys ain't comprehending what Steven is saying.
He's talking about the quarterback. I'm not talking about the team. I know the Dolphins lost.
And I love it.
The Dolphins lost to the Jaguars. We know that. We know Alabama lost. We know that.
He never made the statement of who was better. He said based on stock, and let's change the whole preposition of the argument.
Trevor Lawrence ain't no top 5 in any category in the NFL. I don't want to hear it.
Hold on, guys. CB83 said investing in Tua is high risk and high reward. I'm investing in Tua. Tighten up. I don't have a problem with that. I think the safer investment is Trevor, but I will get more of a reward. I will get more of a return with Tua. That is a fit, but I'm also taking a bigger risk. Nothing wrong with that statement. Nothing
First of all, when you're talking stocks, that's a perfect statement.
Morning, Joe.
100%.
What's up,
When you're talking stocks, that is a 100% perfect statement. Because are you willing to risk $100 or do you want to play it safe? And the way it's going,
and you play it safe with Trevor, and you still get a good reward out of it. But you
what are you guys talking? Wait. They're both. They're both on their rookie contract, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same risk and the same reward. What are you talking about? What?
Joe, did you hear the original statement, Joe? The original
high risk, high reward.
I missed you. No, the original.
By the way, welcome back. Hold on. Pause for a second. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. It's so good to
Welcome
hear
back.
from you, man. I love you and I miss you.
Well, thank you for deserting us. But hey, still welcome back.
He needed a little
He has to
ball.
come back on Wednesday.
All right, go ahead. Proceed.
Okay, Joe, the original statement Stephen D was trying to make, if he had to purchase stock, $100 worth of stock in one or two people, Tua or Trevor, he said Trevor is the safer bet.
It is.
Okay.
That's where it all started.
Elaborate more on why you elaborate on the caveat you gave, Steven.
So again, I don't get I don't get what CB83 is saying. Like, what you mean high risk, high reward?
CB83 saying, "Hey, look."
Well, he's talking about stocks. If you actually know anything about stocks, purchasing stocks, you can either go the safe route of risking your money on like bonds
or conservative route.
Correct.
Yeah, but you can't. Here's the thing: you can't use stocks for this notion. You can't.
Why not? I think it's a great. I think it's a great analogy.
No, it's not. It's a horrible analogy. It's not like Trevor is not off his. They're both on their rookie contract.
Okay,
they both cost the same.
And what does that happen?
We're saying,
Bonjo, you play Madden, right? You play a little bit of Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know Madden takes into account real life things, and every offseason actually during the season now they recalibrate the numbers and everything, and they always put in real stuff. So if you're playing Dynasty mode in
Madden's trash.
Right? Okay, that's fine. Whatever. You're playing, or let's say fantasy football.
Okay.
And you get a chance at two quarterbacks, Tua and Trevor, in fantasy, and it's a dynasty league. Are you taking Tua or are you taking Trevor?
I'm taking Trevor.
All day. All day. He's the safer bet. He's still gonna get you a lot of touchdowns, and he's gonna play 16 to 17 games a year. Tua has not done that yet. And
you see how Batman
not doing it.
Because Trevor is high risk. What is it? Low risk, high reward?
Low risk, high reward. Tua's high risk, very high reward.
No, it's the same. It's high risk, high reward. What are you talking about? Very high reward.
No.
That's why I disagree.
So,
Stop.
In my opinion, and I believe CB83, and I don't want to speak for him, but I'm going to assume he's going to agree with me. There's a higher ceiling for Tua than there is with Trevor.
Says what? Where does it say that? Where? Where are you getting this evaluation from? This horrible evaluation. Where are you? Hold on. Where are you guys getting this horrible evaluation from?
Where does it say it doesn't?
Evaluation. So
because there's nothing that showed that. Hold on. There's nothing that show. Hold on. Pause for a second. There's nothing that shows that Trevor and Tua had a higher ceiling than Trevor. There's nothing that shows that.
Has Trevor Lawrence been an MVP candidate in the NFL?
Oh, fuck me. Swear jar.
Tua was not a finalist. Just because he's talked about in the first 8 games doesn't make him a finalist, Steven. The last 4 games throw him out of the running.
Okay, that's fine, but I don't believe
he was still in it.
Has Tua beat Trevor?
But the official running starts after November 25th.
Let's do this.
Win-loss is already team stat.
You know that Geno Smith was also in the conversation in the first 8 games of the season, too.
Geno Smith was letting that league on fire, dude.
What was it? $33 million contract?
Who cares about all that? Listen, Tua versus Trevor. Who has the better win-loss record versus each other?
Okay, Trevor.
Y'all act like this is flag football, homie. This is tackle football.
So I don't know what y'all talking about. So again, where does it show? And this is dating back to college. Where does it show that Tua's ceiling is higher than Trevor? Where? Tua's rookie year, trash situation. Trevor's rookie year, trash situation. Trevor has made it to a playoff, came back for a playoff victory. Very impressive playoff victory at that.
Well, I think Dade County, and I don't want to put words, I think he was the one. Maybe it was somebody else said, but he threw 4 interceptions.
And
he overcame
that. What I said, Vonjo.
Yeah, but you want to give him credit. Y'all, everybody doesn't bring up the 4 picks. Like, I'm not giving you credit for you putting us in the
quarterback that had the opportunity to overcome 4 interceptions.
Well, I would like to finish what I'm saying before people cut me off. But I mean, I guess that's just not what we do.
In a win.
CB80. Oh, by the way, Shake Money pays your swear.
Is he or is he
$3 credit?
Is he or is he not? Is he or is he not the reason that you were in that hole?
Is he
true?
But if you overcome it, it's irrelevant.
Hold on.
It's irrelevant.
Listen. I'm gonna answer.
It's not irrelevant.
I'm gonna answer Dave County's question directly. Yes, he was the reason that you were in that hole. But was he also the reason that you got out of that hole and won the game? Answer that question.
No, he was a part of the reason.
I see you a hypocrite.
So now he's a
No, I'm not. He's a part of it. I'm sorry. You can throw 4 picks. That's on the quarterback. To come back from 4 picks, your team helped you do that.
The
not
defense
the
had a lot to do with that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this
4
one.
interceptions went all on his fault.
Bro, like I said, everybody just don't. Y'all don't bring that up when y'all sit there and talk about that playoff game.
Okay,
he's the reason that we were in that hole.
Tua threw 3 picks versus Trevor Lawrence in that London game.
Hold on. So if that's the case, Dave,
I would like to have a quarterback.
In your case, Dave, I'm just going off your case. Your team was the reason why they were in that hole. He threw 4 interceptions. Guess what? Your defense didn't stop him.
All right, hold on. Daniel Taylor with a $50 donation. Thank you so much, man.
That was stupid, Joe.
Shout out to Daniel Taylor.
Great point, Joe.
Donating his butt off today. Thank you very much, man. It goes such a long way.
Somebody just said it was stupid. Somebody said it was a great point. Like, y'all are weird.
Hold on.
Because at the same time, if you're not going to say that he was the reason that they came back, when he really was the reason they came back, is he still not the quarterback?
All right, hold on.
Did he still not turn up? Did he still not throw those touchdowns? Did he still not throw for all those yards?
Can I?
So if he was the reason they're in the hole, he's the reason why they got out the hole as well. Stop that.
Bonjo, wait.
Yeah, the defense also stepped up finally too. The first
y'all chill out. Steven trying to talk, bro.
Tua Tagovailoa is an elite quarterback. In 2022, he had a 7-game stretch with 4 games, putting up 40.9 points, 29.2, 24.1, and 23.3. Against the Ravens, he went 30 for 50, 469, and 6 touchdowns. Tua.
First off, I'm not even going to respond to that. He started that statement with Tua is an elite quarterback. So that's a false statement in itself.
Just makes him incredible.
So
you just throw away the whole statement in the trash.
To respond to that statement, Stephen, this pineapple is delicious. That's how I respond to that statement.
Look, man. Look.
Not even a waste of energy and time. What are we talking about here? Who was an elite quarterback?
I think the conversation is it's gotten to be many different conversations now.
Now you got me cutting my pineapple too aggressive.
To go back to the original point, gentlemen, I like both quarterbacks. In my opinion, IMO, Tua has the higher upside over Trevor because of the situation that Tua's in over Trevor. But I will say that until Tua shows me that he can be healthy for a full season, I would put more money in stock into Trevor over Tua. Personal opinion.
And that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Again, pineapple is delicious.
I don't know why everybody got in their upper anyway. It's just an opinion. Who cares?
Exactly.
Right? What does it
We
matter?
all have our own opinions. You know,
who cares?
He talks about Trevor throwing 4 picks. That's all he thinks about. But the majority of Jaguar fans are only going to think about the win. They don't care about the 4 picks.
They care about the second half
Exactly.
and how
They
he
care
came
about the
back
win.
from that and how he overcame
Right.
adversity with that.
Exactly. We had a situation where we needed to overcome 3 interceptions, but we didn't do too well on that. But that's neither here nor there.
God damn.
Dolphin Don says they're both
Yeah,
good
and your
quarterbacks.
quarterback also had a concussion. I love how you try to leave that out.
Dolphin Don says they're
you can
both
say
good
all the
quarterbacks.
concussion all you
Believe if
want.
they become perennial playoff contenders.
But yeah, through dime passes in between after the
That's a fair
so-called
statement
concussion.
too, Dolphin Don. Sean, level 2 noob says Mitchell Trubisky threw 6 touchdowns.
Yeah,
He's
Trevor
a-
Lawrence was concussed
he's
too. He
elite
took
too.
a hard hit before them 4 interceptions.
Hold on, Crypto. Go ahead, Steven.
No, they like to use the concussion crap. Well,
Bro, but you're talking over. You're talking over the host. Why don't you control yourself? Control yourself, bro. Steven trying to talk.
You like to leave that out.
Hey,
oh, this a grown ass man that can't even control yourself.
Control yourself. I would like to add that in there, Dave.
I'm dead at control
You can do that as soon as Steven's done talking.
How about the fact that Trevor Lawrence was concussed as well when he threw 4 interceptions?
Bro, it's like a child, bro.
We like to use concussions as an excuse.
Yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Control yourself right
Hey,
now.
can we clip that?
I would like to have had them overcome interceptions
And
as
he's still
well.
going.
Go ahead, Steven.
I didn't
Go
know,
ahead, Steven. I'm finished now.
I didn't know if Crypto was finished or done.
Go ahead. I'm finished now. I like to add that caveat. Every time we use concussions for our quarterback, I'm going to use concussions for everybody else's quarterback as well. Because Trevor Lawrence took a hard hit early in that game as well.
I thought you said you were done.
It's just he wasn't pussy
I thought you
enough
said
to
you
say
were
that he
done,
was
bro.
concussion.
God damn.
I didn't hear you the first.
Childish, bro.
I didn't hear you the first 5 times you said it. Can you repeat it one more time for me, please?
I hate
About
you.
Trevor Lawrence being concussed.
I
Trevor
didn't hear
Lawrence
that.
was concussed.
Oh, okay.
He took a hard hit early in that game that cost him 4 interceptions.
Lewis, you love to see the world burn, don't you, Lewis?
This
He's
is
just
ridiculous.
the type of player don't like to have a freaking propaganda campaign to give him an excuse for having bad performance.
Crypto, you're gone for the day.
God damn.
Daniel said, Crypto, take a chill pill about Tua.
Jeez.
Man,
Jiminy Cricket.
gone for the
Okay.
day, Crypto.
Come and
Daniel Taylor out here just.
Look at Von Joe.
I ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Hey, just
God
so
damn.
Crypto knows you or someone on your behalf can pay to bring you back. Once that happens, the person who banned and or timed out that person can no longer ban or time out at that level. They must move up to the next tier. But someone else can ban or time out at any level. So right now,
Listen,
the day
Steven,
ban is
all I
in full
know-
effect for Crypto. Boy,
Steven, all I know is, you know what's also delicious? This mango.
this mango.
Yeah, and this pineapple and mango salad that I just made for myself for
Finland
breakfast.
said Daniel
Yeah.
Taylor for the W.
They
PJ
got
Maxx,
Crypto
Daniel, are
up
y'all
outta here.
Thank God. Manalo says, thank the Lord for that.
That's messed up, man. Leave crypto
Savages.
alone, man.
Savages.
Oh, man. Miami
Yeah,
Sports
but-
Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. It is Wildin' Out Wednesday. We got the #1 panel up here, Dolph fan panel. We're sitting here talking. Let's go to the next.
Go ahead, Steven. You want to read Crypto's comment in the back?
Oh no, what did Crypto say? No, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading what he said in the back. Oh man. I do appreciate Daniel Taylor today, though. He has definitely donated, man. Thank you so much, man. It means the world. It means the world. All right.
Still got real life ops out here. God
Next
damn.
question.
What's up?
Do you think that the Stephon Diggs situation? I want to go back to that for a second.
Okay.
Is that a tell? Is that a tell all to where the Buffalo Bills are at right now in the scheme of things?
Yeah, it's to a degree, yes. I believe the Stephon Diggs situation will be resolved or will blow up by the end of the week, depending on what D-Hop does. Because I think the situation is that he doesn't believe in his receiver core. He doesn't believe in Gabe Davis. He doesn't believe in, what is the other guy, McKenzie? He don't believe in those guys. He wants help.
Why do you think Leslie Frazier left?
His wife told him, you need to take a break because you got heart issues. You're about to punch your ticket if you stay out there. No, he did have heart issues, though.
I get it, but he got scapegoated just like Josh Boyer got scapegoated, and they're using every excuse in the book. What Buffalo's doing is what Miami used to be doing. They're finding excuses. They're infighting. They're tearing themselves up from within. This season is over for Buffalo. I'm telling you, the infighting. They've been on the cusp, right, of being Super Bowl favorites the past 3 years, and they haven't got the job done. I think
that could be very true, Lewis.
I think the pressure has finally hit. I think the infighting is starting, and what you're seeing now is the blaming of the fingers. No, it's not. It's Josh Allen. No, it's Stephon Diggs. No, it's Leslie Frazier. And when that happens, you're tearing yourself down. The demise of the Buffalo Bills is upon us, gentlemen.
So I was about to say,
but Lewis, that could be very true.
Can I ask Bonjo a question?
Go ahead.
My bad, Steven. Go ahead, Steven.
No. You ask your question. Go ahead.
No, because Bonjo was saying that he thinks that that he wants probably more wide receivers, but then I would think wasn't he yelling at Josh Allen about not getting the ball? If you add more wide receivers and more weapons, he's still not going to get the ball. So therefore, there would still be a problem, right?
No, not to a degree. Where right now we already know that the focus is Diggs, but if you add an extra weapon, the focus could be off him a little more. Like he could think that D-Hop would take some pressure off of him, where the coverage won't be dictated to Diggs. You have to dictate some of the coverage to D-Hop as well. So he has more chance to get open. He has more chance to be more productive. So that could be his thought process as well. You dig?
Okay, I can see it that way. All right.
Is this the beginning?
I was just thinking, like,
is this the beginning of the end for the Buffalo Bills?
It could be. It depends what happens in the next 2 weeks.
If
I think right now, if
Stephon Diggs leaves and goes somewhere else, Josh Allen falls off, right? We all agree.
He can't leave, Steven. I already told you he can't leave.
It's a $23 million
and nobody's trading. Yeah, nobody's trading for that contract either.
Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. The Jets right now have $25 million to play with, and if the Jets make a move, you know Stephon Diggs is going to want Buffalo to make a bigger move.
Well, what are the Jets going to do?
It's a great question. They have money to play with.
And I'll be real with you. Why aren't the Jets in on DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, now they have to worry about getting another safety because Clark apparently this morning tore his ACL.
God damn.
He tore his ACL
this
morning?
Yeah, the safety tore his ACL. So,
didn't they just sign a new one yesterday?
Clark, I don't know about yesterday, but I know Clark was from the Ravens, and it was reported this morning that he tore his ACL.
That's right. Wish him a speedy recovery. But the Jets have a full receiver core. I mean, they pretty much went, but it's still full. They pretty much went and got everybody that Rodgers wanted. So that could be the reason why, to answer Steven's question, why they're not in on D-Hop. I don't think he requested D-Hop. I don't think that was part of the grocery list.
I mean, you would have to say that if you have $26 million in the New York Jets and DeAndre Hopkins is out there, and right now your quarterback, your wide receivers consist of Randall Cobb, Garrett Wilson, who's okay.
No, Garrett Wilson gets busy. Stop that.
Alex Lazard. And who else? Yeah, don't worry, I'll wait.
Crap, we took half of their receiving core.
And by the way, why? Well, I mean, I understand why the Jets aren't in on Dalvin Cook. Jets aren't in on Dalvin Cook, crazy Dolphin, because they already got two decent, really good running backs. Man, they got what's his face. Why can't I think of his name?
Bryce Hall might not be available till week 3.
Yeah, Brees Hall is not going to be available, but he's there. And then they got Adebakanda from Pittsburgh this draft.
I don't think they're going to give 11, 10, 8, And by the way, was I not right, guys? Did I not say that he wanted 8 to 12 million? And everybody said, oh, you're crazy, Steven. They all said that last week when I was saying it. Steven, you're insane. Guys, 11 to 12 million, 8 to 12 million is what I said.
How much is Saquon getting?
I don't know what Saquon's getting.
Saquon ain't getting nothing right now. He's going to either sign that franchise tag or either sit out.
That's what I'm saying.
Like they gotta pay him.
What's his number going to be?
And
His set
we
number.
were saying, Steven, that you were crazy that he's not getting 8 to 12 million from Miami. No one's called you crazy because you said he wanted 8 to 12 million. He's just not, bro. He's not getting that number here in Miami.
Saquon's cap number and base salary is 2020 or is $10 million for 2023.
Yeah, he don't want to play on that tag.
So it's going to be past 10.
10 million, which is ultimately what Dalvin is looking for.
It ain't gonna be past 10 neither. Bro, the days of
running backs are getting humble, bro.
Yeah, the days of running backs thinking they're going to be getting paid 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 minutes, those days are over. That's not happening anymore.
At least until that new CBA.
Do you agree with the teams?
Absolutely, I agree with the teams. Steven, people can say what they want. We have to be, yes, I agree. We have to be more balanced. But Miami ran the ball like 21. I think it was almost close to 22 times a game last season. We're just complaining about certain situations or a game in San Francisco where they only had 8 carries. I agree. That should have been more. And in a certain situation here and there on a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, we should have ran the ball. Agreed. But this notion that we're going to be a run-first football team, and, bro, anytime people tell me that, this is where I think it's funny. Because they're always like, well, look at what Troy Aikman did in the 90s, right? We're in 2023.
Oh, that's a different game now, bro.
This is a different game. It's a passing league. Look at the rules.
God.
What was that?
I think that was Cat for Life. I don't know.
Cat.
No, that was not me.
Of course, Cat.
No, it was Paul. Paul's phone went off.
Oh, I don't know what it was. But what I'm saying is, look at the game now. The league, it's more of an offensive league. All the rules they take basically the defense rules away. You can't grab. You can't do any. They want to see points. And if you're not scoring points, you're not getting into the 30s by running the ball 30, 35 times a game.
Yeah, but
you
let me ask you, do you think having somebody like Dalvin Cook, who not only is a good down back, but can catch the ball out of the backfield, makes him a unique, athlete to be able to do this,
Again, but we make it seem like Dalvin's the only guy that could do it. Saquon can catch the ball out of the backfield. He ain't making that money.
That's true.
Josh Jacobs can catch. Austin Eckler can catch. Alvin Kamara.
Ezekiel Elliott. Kareem Hunt.
They all can do it, Steven. The problem is you're not going to pay a running back 8 to 10 million. They're not going to do it anymore. Watch. You want to know what's funny? Look at CMC that just went to the 49ers last year. They gave him another bag. Watching a year and a half how the 49er fans will be crying that they're overpaying CMC.
Yeah, but hey, let's be real. CMC was a huge difference maker for San Francisco last year.
Again, I don't really think so. Yeah, he had some games, but I think San Francisco would have been in that point without CMC. I really do.
I don't know about that.
Okay, hey, again, that's why this is a great show, and these are why we do these shows, because it's all opinion based. But
I think there are exceptions to every rule. For 95, 98% of the NFL, I think you're accurate. I think you hit the nail on the head, Lewis. But I do think that there is some exceptions to the rule. And to New Finland's comment just now, I do think it's crazy how the running back position is that devalued in the NFL. We live in an NFL now where it is a pass happy game. If quarterbacks aren't throwing for 300 plus yards and 3 touchdowns a game, they're not a good quarterback. Point blank. The reality of the situation is if Tua was putting up these numbers in the 90s, he would be considered one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL ever at that time.
Yeah, but I don't agree with that neither. Because if Tua gave us the whole year, 17 games, and he played like he played in the Cleveland Browns, he only had 260 yards passing, but no interceptions, 3 touchdowns, very efficient. That's all you need. And I'm not even saying you need 3 touchdowns. If Tua came out and gave you 265, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions, who's complaining about that? So this narrative that Tua needs to throw for 350 and no. Maybe some people want that. And again, you want to be balanced. But I think the balance of 50-50 doesn't exist in this league. I think the balance is a 55-45, even a 60-40. Again, the crypto, I'll ask you this, Stephen. You think that Minnesota is going to break the bank now for Justin Jefferson and also pay a running back $10 million? You think Devontae Adams, that's making $30+ million over there at the Raiders, they're looking to pay Josh Jacobs $10 million? Same situation with Miami. Why would we pay a running back $10 to $12 million when we got a $30 million receiver that has came out and said one of his goals is to have 2,000 yards receiving? Like, what are we doing here? The running back positions are just devalued. The receivers.
He said that like last week.
Absolutely, he said it. And I know me and Dave kind of had a back and forth on Twitter. And Dave, I'm not even saying you're wrong. I was just throwing it out there. What I'm saying is, though, and I think Dave will agree with this, and Dave used to be a running back, right? The fact of the matter is the NFL is telling the running backs we're devaluing that position. There's a reason why quarterbacks and receivers nowadays are the ones that's making the money. Am I lying?
No, you're not. And you're not wrong. And you're not wrong at all.
Stop raising your kids to be running backs, people.
Noob says, I'll say Date is wrong. I ain't scared. Level 2 Noob said.
Whoa.
Well, that's just Noob being Noob. I ain't worried about it.
Noob out here trying to goat you, man. Trying to get you in.
That's what Lewis and Noob been trying to jump on me the past couple of weeks because I've been messing up EM. So they gotta try to do their part, try to humble me.
Oh man, please. Manalo's
body bags.
That's cap.
See, we know Lewis gonna defend his father.
Oh wow.
Golly.
Let me tell you,
Lewis.
Hey,
Lewis.
I need someone to pay for my donation, my swear jar. You a hope for that, Dade County. You a hope for that, Dade County. I just want you to know that.
Hey man, look. EM ain't denied not one time yet. He denied CB though, but he ain't denied you.
I'm gonna leave that one alone, man. You a hope for that, Dade County.
Oh man, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. It's we're at the end of the show here, man. We're gonna do final thoughts of the day. I'm glad to be back. Tomorrow I'll be back with Throwback Thursday. Cameron hopefully will be on with me. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We'll start with Papa Paul. Final thought of the day, man.
I just want to thank you for all you do, Stephen. Really appreciate you. Missed you, but I know family time's most important.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
And, all our clubs, we all belong to several clubs. A lot of us belong to many clubs.
Yeah.
People try to individualize things, and I think we're all here for the same thing, support the Miami Dolphins.
That's right, man.
So all of us are sister clubs.
There's so many clubs in the country, man. I got you. I hear you, man. All right, Papa Paul, be good, man. I appreciate it, brother.
You too. Peace, love, and fins up, brother.
Fins up, man.
Same to you, boss.
All right. Hey, there is something I want to do before I let everybody go. So MCJB, as you guys know, big rapper, okay, did a song with my man Vince. And Vince is the son of one of the coolest tailgaters over on that way, Vincent, right next to E32. We love Vincent.
Facts.
He is right next to East 32 Tailgate. He's always hanging out with us. He's always been very helpful to me. And so I got sent this song last week, and I was gonna play it for you guys last week, but I wasn't able to. So I'm gonna play it for you guys now. This is the new song by MCJB and Vince called Run It Back. All right. So here we go.
New season, let's go. Y'all ready? Yeah. MCJB. Last year we was one and done. It's a new year, gonna be fun. Two a time, he be on the grind like the Florida sun. You know we gonna shine. Straight on water, gonna catch the ball. Then he break an ankle, make a plays fall. A-chain like the A-train, gonna run you over like a bang bang. Fins up, you know they put on the show. Real fight on Miami, the home. Other teams, they be talking that talk all day. We the fit of the rock. New year, we running it back. Super Bowl year, we bringing it back. Dolphin Nation, it's a new team. We got Fangio with the new scheme. Legion of Zoomer, the 305. This year, we gonna be fast. Speaking the truth, I ain't telling no lie. Fins up till the day that I die. Every day I bleed aqua and orange. Heating up like I'm feeling the lava. JB and I'm repping the fins all day, cause we gonna win. Young Bucks got something to tell you. 72 was on top of the game. Cat Thomas, number 54, from the 305 to the Hall of Fame. New season is a new year. Miami, they ain't gonna win it all. Cheetah man with the water, they so fast, it's time to ball.
And this is just the starter. You haven't met the fall. Unless you played the Dolphins, that means you lost it all. That means your time is off. That means you're falling off. That means you've met the winner. I call them to or from. Some of y'all win it and some of y'all buzzing. But really this year, none of that means nothing. Ramsey with the pick and Howard mean mugging. On the pick 6, we got 7, you got nothing. On the bigger scale, we're the only undefeated team. We make records, y'all chasing dreams. You chasing us, there is no other team. I'm talking 72, there is no 73. I'm flowing with JB, I won't forget MC. That means the mic controller, they ain't controlling me. 2023, Fins gonna win it all. Like a running back, they're running back for y'all.
Last year we was one and done, it's a new year, gonna be fun. Two a time, he be on the grind like the Florida sun, you know we gonna shine. Straight on water, gonna catch the ball, then he breaking ankles, make a plays fall. A-chain like the A-train, gonna run you over like a bang bang. Years ago we was down bad, but this year we picking it up. Love my fans and I love my team, right till that it's Fins up. Last year we was one and done, but this year it's Super Bowl. Gonna make it and we gonna win it, cause that's the plan and that's the goal. Fins up till my life finish, said it proud cause I really meant it. Other teams ain't got the speed, but it's all good, we got the schemes. This year we going far, aqua orange painted on my car. Other teams better watch out, cause the Miami Dolphins gonna ball out. Yeah.
Hey. That thing be snapping.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was definitely hard, bro. That was definitely hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. MCJB, shout out to you. Where's it at? Where's the there we go.
I'm about to say you just hit the wrong button, bro.
Shout out to you, MCJB. My bad. Shout out to you, man. And Vince too. That was a fire song, bro.
Yeah, shout out to both of those guys. And Edwin Greenfield, I see you in the chat. Next time you want to come at me, learn how to spell my name first, you hoe.
Oh, Cap for Life. Cap for Life. Final thought of the day, Cap.
Yeah, man. Inspire growth, man. I love hearing stuff like that. The community growing, man, in any aspect whatsoever. Music, you know,
We are
talking.
Miami sports music, man. I had to play it.
Yeah, bro. Talking, music, interacting. That's all that matters, bro. It's about us, bro. It's all about the logo. Y'all be good, man.
Be good, Cap. Love you, brother.
All right, Cap.
Get better something, because your background noise is straight horrible, Cap. Gosh. All right. Dade County, final thought of the day.
Hands up.
Hey, Dick. Oh.
He said fins up. I didn't say final words of the day. I said final thoughts. Man. All right, Lewis. What's up, man?
Man.
I missed
you. I missed you too. How you been?
I've been all right, man. I've been I have to, look, last week was really, really cool. Never get an experience like that again, probably, and it was dope. I will admit, I did go to one adult establishment while I was down there. Went to Tootsie's. We did.
I don't know why did you leave that part of your trip out of the opening
I'm putting
monologue?
it in now at the end. We went after the NBA Finals game. We left there and we went Tootsie's for a little while. Let's just say it was a vibe.
Yeah.
It was a vibe. And there were some celebrities in the building. Ain't gonna call nobody out. But
Put a name on it.
No, I ain't gonna do that. But you asked me behind, off the record, behind closed doors. I'll tell you some people that was there. But it was good, man. It was a lot of fun. Look, it's so funny because as I'm leaving the club, and it was like, man, this is like Miami. Like you don't go to Miami without going to Tootsie's. Okay, just don't. That's all I'm gonna say. You don't go to Miami without going to Tootsie's. So we did watch parties, went to the NBA Finals, went to Tootsie's, went to the NHL Finals. Life was good, man. I can't complain too much.
Well, that's good. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm glad you're back safe. I'm glad you got to spend a little time with your family. Glad you got to do all these great experiences.
School's over, man. School's over.
Yeah.
Summertime's different, man. It hit different. My kids are going to camp all summer. It hits my pocket.
A parent's pocket. Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say
my pocket real good. This camp stuff. Last year, my kids went to camp for like 4 weeks. This year, they're going every year or every week this whole summer. So yeah. 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 That's what I'm gonna say.
I hear you. Listen, I'm gonna let you
how's
understand.
How's your son doing, man? How's recruiting go?
He's going good. Getting ready for his senior year. So, got offers still coming in.
Okay.
And we're
in
gonna
the
be
weight
doing.
Room. He out here putting in work.
He's out here putting in work. We got him at there's a place called D1, the D1 Academy down here. I know that we have a D1 in our community. But he's doing some stuff with a couple trainers and stuff out here, just getting ready, and hopefully he has a good senior season in high school, and we'll see what happens. But be on the lookout. We're gonna start doing some vlogs and probably put it on this channel.
Maybe even
do
some
it
stuff
on.
up here. Maybe even some stuff up here.
Some stuff up here. Some stuff on the fence tailgate as well. He's just a shy kid. See, on the field, he likes to talk crap.
As long as you're not that. I saw some cringeworthy stuff on the internet about this kid named Baby Gronk.
Baby Gronk?
Yeah, who was like, he's a kid and he was on this podcast with his dad, and it was real cringeworthy, man. It was definitely like some kids just. I mean, this kid is like, I want to say he's like 13, maybe, if that, and it just. It is so weird. Remember when LeVar Ball was doing stuff with his kids? I think there's a difference though, right? It was Baby Gronk being held hostage. No lie. It made me think that Isn't that his name, LeVar Ball? Am I saying his
LeVar Ball? Yeah, you saying that right.
Is a saint of a parent compared to Baby Gronk's. Go look up Baby Gronk interview and tell me it's not the most cringeworthy thing you've ever seen. It's bad. But some parents just need to let kids be themselves and not force, your own dream or conviction on them. Let them do their own thing. But you could definitely tell that kid was not feeling that interview at all. What you got coming up, man? What you doing here in the next few days? Anything big? You doing anything anywhere?
Yeah, me and Shake Money going live tonight for the Drive Time episode. Me and Shake doing the show together on the Fans Tailgate, 6 p.m. tonight. We'll be talking all kind of things.
Over on that other podcast network.
Those
guys.
The Fans Tailgate.
Those guys. Those people over there.
New website. Have you checked out our new website, Steven?
You guys got a new website? You guys out here moving.
Yes.
You guys out here promoting.
Fans Tailgate Network.
Baby Gronk is 10. He's 10 years old. Wow. Yeah. 10 years old. Yeah. That kid.
So, hey, catch me and Shake tonight at 6 p.m. So.
Hey, I will go check you and Shake out. But those other guys over there on that other network, I don't know about those guys.
Salute to all the guys.
They're interesting.
We
fellas.
love all of them.
That's all I know. Interesting.
Right.
Interesting fellas, those people. Right. I missed you guys. I really did. I appreciate people who reached out. I started to get some text messages this morning before I went out. And they're like, where you been? What's up? You okay? I'm like, just I didn't respond really to anybody because I was busy getting the stuff ready for today. I do want to give a big shout out to Daniel Taylor, who's donated today. Like donated. I appreciate. Matter of fact, you get a round of applause, sir. Thank you for donating, man. I tell people all the time, it's tough to do this the way that I want to do it without being able to, provide, for the family and be able to do stuff. And so, it's a beautiful thing when people donate to the channel, even if it's $1, it goes such a long way in helping the channel grow. And so today, Daniel Taylor, donating, we had one of the best donation days we've had in like probably 2.5 months. So, I mean, it was a really good day today. So I appreciate that, man. It makes me feel real good about coming back and doing this. You just need those days sometimes to keep the ball moving so that you can do this thing. So shout out to you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Crazy Dolphin. Great show, Stephen D. I appreciate it, man. Everybody, man. I love y'all. Y'all are the best. Thursday, tomorrow, should have Cameron 954 on with me. We're going to get a lot of things going here. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are the best. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Lewis, tell them your line.
That's Cap.
We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
I know the whole city right. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just a welcome, bro. To a time.